fine. But through
Alan.
You could
Alan,
always
at
get in
any
touch
time.
with me or Paula.
Did this go kind of okay for you?
Great.
I think it did, huh?
That was great.
Yeah, I think I do.
It's beautiful.
It's-
actually.
Have a look at his eyes.
I can't.
He's moving them
I see
much
the
more.
changes.
Yeah.
Huh?
I
You're
see
moving
changes.
your eyes much
You
more.
do?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
we
I
just
feel it.
blocked the light. Did you notice that?
Yes.
What? I blocked the light?
Yeah. Did you
Yes.
see that?
No. What happened?
What you just did was you unconsciously blocked the light so you could see them. So you'll find that you're allowing the vision to come to you.
Yeah.
So even if your eyes are broken,
Yeah.
I can assure you can see.
It could be a matter of the heart too. Whatever. The eyes are the eyes, but I think the heart is the heart.
Heart is the thing.
The heavy heart is maybe as the doctor
So
said
remember,
to me,
don't-
people die of heart attacks, not of blindness.
No, that's right.
Yeah, I know you made a point. Yeah.
So remember, it's
Yeah.
very easy to reprogram yourself
Yeah.
with words.
With a minor adjustment.
So remember,
Well, I'll be looking at this.
and use the word
maybe.
I used to.
Is it still rolling?
I used to.
I used to feel that way.
Yeah.
And this used to happen to me.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it'll-
that's
it'll move
really
it.
great. I never heard anybody reinforce that term, used to. Also, sometimes they say up until now.
Yeah, no.
Up until now.
No, I used to. It's
used
gone.
to. Used to. It means gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
That's
right, how
brilliant.
you doing over there?
I'm going
Let me see. Wow, this one has absorbed a little bit more. I'd say.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
be
on that
afraid
side.
to give all of it to
Keep
him
going.
because that's his
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, this here
one
is
here.
a lot closer to the negativity.
But just keep sending it.
Huh?
Keep sending it. It's beautiful.
Sending it?
Yeah, and I don't care.
Oh, you mean in wishing you?
Send the negativity out of you, even if it's a war. You
Yeah.
send the whole lot to me. We'll elevate
Yeah, I was
it.
hoping to send some good stuff.
Yeah, but that is good, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I send it to the trees, and trees live on shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
And
When are you coming back?
I'm not sure. We leave for Australia on the 4th,
Yeah.
but we're only on Skype anytime.
Well, let me feel that hand on my shoulder. Wow.
feel?
This one's absorbed a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just come here for a second.
Right.
Very slight buzz. I want you to get used to it.
It's slower.
Very slight buzz that will come into your body.
Yeah.
And I want you to just play with it and let it move like a dance.
Uh-huh.
It'll come to you more when you wake up in the morning. That's it. Start. That's good.
I think I feel your hand warming up a bit, too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to give you too much at this stage, but just enough so that you start
I think
to feel
you're
relaxed.
recalibrating me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel your hand warming up. Mm-hmm.
It's good. Your body's starting to know that I'm here.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Slightest little movements under my hand. It's
You think it's
it's
slowed down?
starting to run its program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's great. So know that your body can do anything.
Thanks.
It can do anything.
Yeah.
And remember, your remote connection to your daughter and to other people
Mm-hmm.
is so clear that it's solid. Everything
And
you
once
feel,
you think
she
it,
feels.
whatever you, when you think it's not, that's when you're in trouble.
You're wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. All right, I won't do too much more.
All right.
But just you'll feel the temperature changes. I'll take
Yeah,
the can
I've
off.
noticed.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, big difference. Wow. Shoot, this is still working its way out.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay. Well, thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I'll
All
do
right.
this for you.
All right, thanks. How many TV healings have you done?
You're the first.
Really?
Two.
Really?
Yeah, there wasn't a...
Jeez.
Two. One last week.
Okay. And that's when I saw you coming out?
Yeah, it was.
Right,
Wow.
we did one with
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, you did a mini intervention.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
This is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Barbara's.
Barbara from Australia.
Australia, yeah.
With Robert. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, we're going to go right up there.
Oh, we're going to get
We're going to go on again.
Okay.
Yeah, you doing it? No, I just do it.
Yeah. Hey, Jamie, can you get Robert some water?
Oh, can I have that little cup of
Oh,
water?
yeah,
with
your
my
cup
food?
is right here.
Are you doing the bag?
No, the bag is over
Oh,
here.
you want to see?
Yeah, Alicia, why don't you come in?
You've got your foot caught. You're going to drag me under the seat.
You sit here.
This isn't meant to be, huh?
She's an energy healer. Wasn't it like
Yeah.
just for a moment?
Fix it up.
What? That's Paul's water right
Paul's.
there, and someone's getting you water.
Okay. Can't fix it
What
up.
I want to do is just pull the whole
Yeah.
shirt
Thank you so much.
back to front like this.
Okay. Paula, when you have time, let's put the other tape in. Oh, the new tape is in? Here,
Yeah,
maybe
let's
I'll
just show
sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I've gone through the hole.
It's okay. I'll unplug it this way.
Powerful. It came through on the tape. Very powerful.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. We caught it on
Sit
tape.
there. This is Alita St. James.
I
Hello,
know.
Lolita.
Great.
That was wonderful.
Energy healer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. So Paula.
Just need that water.
Yeah. Well, hey, is Jamie coming with the water? Here, I'll get it.
How about like this?
Why are you doing that? No, I can't. No. Or maybe if Paul's in here. No, what's your name?
Will.
Will can be using that shot, like zooming in a little bit when we need to. He could zoom in on Robert for the close-up when he's talking.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I'll get the water. You want some water too?
That would be great. Wasn't a problem.
Oh, she has it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Ah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because we don't have a one
Thanks,
shot
thank
there, so we could use that.
Okay, let me set the shots.
Okay, great. I'm okay. No. I know you took on a lot of energy there, huh? So you need that water to.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, you have a new tape in there, Paula?
Yes, the tape's rolling.
Oh, the tape's rolling. Okay. How much are we up to now on that new tape?
We're about 10 minutes into it.
Oh, you are? You mean you put that other show
We
partly
have
on?
to be out of here at 3 anyway.
And what time is it?
It's 2:22.
Okay,
so
let's
there's
just
plenty
go.
of tape.
All right. Okay, that's a good shot on Alita. And that shot, me. I don't know if I like the color of that shirt, but that's okay.
There we are. That or
Okay. All right, I think we're ready to go. And
We're going.
are we okay? Let's see the shot on Robert. Okay, good. That's a little. Well, he's a little. Yeah, come forward a little bit. Good. Okay, good. Okay, switch to me and I'll start. Ready?
Is that too close, though?
I could do a little wider. Put me in the center. Okay, good. All right. Ready? Okay. Welcome to New Realities. My name is Alan Steinfeld. I'm very excited to have back on my show Robert Young. And joined with us is Alita St. James. They are both energy healers. And We just witnessed a beautiful exchange of energy here in the studio, and that will be up on YouTube and on M&N cable. But Alita, what did you witness when Robert was working with that last person?
Well, it was a profound experience for me because I was with him energetically. He goes right to the source of the heart where the healing takes place. And what he can actually do is, because he's in that state of consciousness, he can help lift the vibrational rate of somebody who isn't. Because it's very difficult. Like, Paul is holding on, like, I deal a lot with the energetic, emotional body. So for me, I was right into the heart center, and when I would work in terms of placing my hands on that part of the body or doing it, telepathically, to release the actual pain and wound of feeling the rejection of your daughter in terms of this higher consciousness that you felt that she was really connected into, and also in terms of your wife, so that and the emotional body was lifted. Robert goes into the source of the energy and actually starts to make it make sense through Paul's mind so that he can start to unwind and let go. I'm moving into the emotional body where I have Paul experience the feelings so that he could let them go, and then I go into the source. So it's basically we're working the same dynamic, lifting frequencies to the higher level. But I feel that Robert, in his whole life, lives from that place of the heart and unconditional love, and focusing on what you want to create, not what's not happening.
Right.
And we get stuck in it's not like this, and this is how I want it to be, and trying to control the circumstances. So, for instance, the way, Paul, you see the world, is in this higher place, but the pain that you're holding on to in terms of it not being there is affecting your body. Robert's allowing you to transform that, to release it out of your energy system, so you're not vibrating to the pain and what's not happening in your physical body, but you're vibrating to what you want to happen, which is the healing of the planet, love, not war, peace, and all those kinds of things. That's not really easy to do, to hold in consciousness all the time, because we've been programmed to hold on to the negative. But when you hook into Robert's energy, because he can hold that space for you, and you're willing to let go of the negativity and the pain and the restriction and the feelings of injustice and anger, the archetype of the rebel, the victim, the wounded child, all those negative archetypes, and move into the healer, the prophet, the God energy within us, then you will be healed. And as you heal, so will the planet be healed, and especially your relationship with your daughter. So it was profound for me, because I went up with you and into your heart. I went, wow, that's great. Because you really work to get there, you really do. It's not easy.
That is beautiful. Well, tell me, when you're doing healing, I like what Alita said, but what are you actually doing? I see you moving your head and you're seeing the energy, but can you describe what you're doing?
That's a very difficult thing to describe what you do yourself.
Yeah.
I've never looked at it.
Yeah.
And I never do, and I never intend to.
Okay.
I just do it.
You don't want to explain it, of course, but you
Well, I can explain what I did,
Uh-huh.
but I can't explain what I do.
Right, because you're just
It comes.
totally intuitive.
Yeah. And when you sit with somebody, the greatest help to that person is for them to feel in tune with you. Not the other way around, for you to be in tune with them in their world as they are. And if you're game enough to extend yourself to their vibration, they will allow you to join with them in their frequency, and they'll allow you to just gradually lean towards the healthy, gradually lean towards the higher vibration, and gradually lean towards the direction that they were looking.
So you're in with their energies, and they then start to resonate with your energies, because we're holding the frequency of wholeness, and it's in a way a higher resonance. Not there's a higher or lower, but it's a more harmonic, let's say.
That's true, and I actually go to whatever level the person is at. to some that would be scary.
Right. But you're not afraid
No,
because there's nothing to harm you.
Right.
that's right. And
Right.
and we're
No.
totally looked after.
Right. And the knowing is really important because
Yeah.
I had my twins at 57.
She was
And-
actually the oldest woman to
Wow.
have twins.
At
Wow.
57, but I knew that I was going to have twins.
Yeah.
I just knew it. I mean, there was never, when people would say, you know, do you know what the percentages are at your age? And I'd say, I don't care because I'm
Yeah.
going to have them.
Yeah.
And I did all the spiritual work and all the attunement and all the things that I needed to do to bring in the energies that I wanted to bring in. And I did. I had twins at 57, and now they're 5. They're going to be 5 November 9th.
Congratulations.
So that's the knowing that you're talking about,
Yeah.
and it's really true to go from the believing to the knowing, because the knowing is the powerful.
Yeah.
And the
Energy.
idea, though, that you're both dealing is that we are energy. And the energy is directed by consciousness. And when consciousness is aligned, it follows that.
Yes.
So the knowing is key to moving the energy in place.
Right, absolutely.
And this is what we're learning as a new reality, in a sense, this new way of understanding.
And also the focus in terms of the vortex, the Abraham works at the next book that just came out, which is hold that frequency of what you want. That's when you know it, you can hold it. If you're not sure of it, it's very difficult. It's very precarious.
What were you going to say about that?
That's what we've been working towards in the last week.
Yes, we just did a great retreat with Robert, and there were 55 people. Then we all became a one mind, and together, you know, one person can do it or two, but a group of 50 people turning that consciousness up, moving that up, it really created a fabric of a reality that was silky. It felt smooth. It felt like we were floating. And everyone felt it because we're in that consciousness.
Right.
So the power of two or more coming together creates a synergistic acceleration.
And it allows people to actually walk through the worst part of any world and still maintain that vibration.
Right.
So they can walk along the streets of Manhattan and feel that special energy, that special feeling that supports the world that they expect to be here. And in fact, I demonstrated to someone or spoke about it last night, where the reality of being in that vortex is much more than the reality of our everyday life. Because I just said, if I walked up and kicked you in the shins, all your problems would disappear. You'd only know you've got sore shins.
Right.
But if you're connected in that special energy that we're working with, and if your daughter or friend visits you in that place, I can kick you in the shins and they won't go away. So that is the greatest reality. And where we're playing, or where we have been playing, is not so real.
Well, that's the thing I actually want to talk to you about, because you're from that place.
Yeah.
You remember, you know, there's no doubt in your mind that that's where you live all the time.
Correct.
And most of us are coming and going, but the planet is moving. You feel that in your work to
definitely.
that level of awareness where we also know that.
Yes.
But you had this accelerated course to being, and I guess you've come back to share that path home in a way.
Yeah, just to hold the sign up and say to everybody, you know, the project's still running.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and you do have some tremendous tools that cannot be explained. You have abilities that have no words, and you have an enormous force, not behind you but within you, that you haven't yet switched on. And a lot of people wonder what I'm saying about that, but if I can describe the difference between a top You know, one that you spin and it stands up on end, and a gyroscope. The gyroscope has an internal motor. So if you touch the top, it wobbles all over the floor and doesn't know what it's doing. And the gyroscope, you can actually kick it and it'll go over and come straight back up again to its exact position. So the stability of each person depends on whether they've got their engine turned on.
Right, so.
And that is an energetic engine. That's one that you actually stand and you spin it. And you make it start and you'll feel yourself so light and so energized in fractions of a second that nothing can touch you. Nothing is impossible.
Which is important in terms of the earth changes that are going on at this particular moment, because we all need to be in that state of consciousness as things start to change and shift so quickly, to hold that space.
But it's also what you bring to people in your healing work, right?
I work more specifically, Robert, in terms of like through the physical, the emotional, the mental, the release process, and then bringing in the light.
Yep.
So it creates that foundation inside of them.
Beautiful.
Like using the breath and the light. I use a lot of light, getting into the cellular memory and shifting from there, which is really in attunement and alignment with what you were saying. You know.
Yeah. Every person who is here, healing in particular, has a totally different way of doing things, and they don't have to be in alignment. They all work. And it's not a different method.
Right.
It's a different person, and it's a different energy, and it's a different purpose.
It's a different path to the top of the mountain. You know, they all.
And sometimes you have to go many different paths to get there.
Right. Like my children, for instance, I prayed and I meditated and I brought them in, and they're very high-level beings, but they have their own path.
Yep.
And they have their own frequencies and their own challenges, and it's really beautiful because I've had to grow so much just connecting with them and going back to my childhood and, you know, creating a space for them to grow and evolve in New York City, which is quite a challenge, you know, in terms of what we're facing in the schools and everything else like that. So it's always that growing process and that shifting and finding different avenues and things. Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of the city, the other part I want to talk to you about is like you feel so at home in nature. You should see him in nature. He just expands and glows. But it's strange because in a way you're not from here, yet you feel real security in the earth itself.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little bit of a paradox? Because you have come from someplace else, not the earth.
That's correct.
So why is that you feel so at home in the nature of the earth?
Because that's the greatest balance of the physical body that there is on earth. So when your physical body is working well, that's the major tool that I have to use here. And so even though I myself, not just my body, need connection to my origin, the body needs connection to the trees so that it can actually work the most efficient that's possible, and it works fine if I give it the nourishment that it needs, independent of what medicine might or medical practitioners might say. There is never a time when the body doesn't serve me in the way I need it.
Right, it's about loving the nature that this body is. It's like we are in nature all the time, and we have to, what I'm getting is resonate with the nature around us. And when that happens, it feeds this piece of nature, this piece of earth.
Yeah.
And so
and it allows you to dive into life and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's the key to the whole thing.
And you love the earth you're in. You love, because you've chosen to be here.
Yep.
I mean, we've all chosen to be here. But, you know, here you are consciously coming in. And it'd be interesting to tell us actually where you came from. And actually you talked to me about how to get back there, how you get back to the start. Can you just tell us that a little bit?
I don't take much notice of it now.
I know.
because it's a case of just being in two places at once times. But in the early part of my visit here, if you like,
Yeah.
I used to sit or lay in bed, and I would just start to spin my energy, and it would get faster and faster and faster until I took off. And then I would head out into space, head towards the Little Dipper, third star on the left, and go straight through there and turn hard left and disappear. And suddenly feel I was back home, a long, long way away. And from there I would get little projects to do.
Back home?
Yeah.
What kind of little projects?
At one stage I had to stabilise one of the suns in a galaxy that was getting out of order.
And they say, Robert, go stabilize, stabilize that sun.
Yeah. And another time I had to visit a planet that had gone into almost darkness because of the atmosphere. And it was just a matter of sitting with the people for a very short time and letting them feel the vibration of who I was, and the atmosphere started to clear straight away.
So what's the mission back here that you have here?
Just to be here and to hold the vibration of people's origin, so that when I sit with somebody, there's a recognition. And in that recognition, there's a special memory that comes back. It's a memory that doesn't exist in your head.
It's a soul memory, yeah.
And it's universal, and it's an understanding that I think every time you place a word on it, it depletes that understanding. So it's an understanding in silence.
What are the beings like, I'm curious, at the place you go to, and that are they?
It's a little bit like here. I see each person, but I see the being behind the face. And I don't describe that, I just know it.
It's just a being.
So where I go to, the physical body doesn't appear to me. I have concentrated on it a couple of times, and many are very similar to here. Maybe a little taller, maybe a bit more defined, sometimes very light, sometimes transparent.
People have described these tall white beings in some literature.
And we move through those various stages as we need to. So we look for a definition of who belongs to where, and in fact you may end up seeing some of the beings here just look like that before too much longer.
Yeah, it feels like that. Right?
Yeah. And that's interesting because I'm doing like a reboot camp on the internet for intensive and weeks, and this one is called Empowering the Inner Phoenix. And basically I was dealing with from your consciousness, from when you start, the whole scope of where you go and what's your life's purpose. And part of that happened because my dad, who I totally adore and love, is 89 and he's had his third stroke. And I looked in his eyes and on the gurney, because I was in the emergency room with him, and I could see our journey from the beginning of consciousness when I connected with him to now. But I just went all the way back in time. It was, and he couldn't speak, but we were just telepathically communicating with each other. And then I saw that whole essence of life and our journey and the sacred contracts we make with each other and coming in here and being beings of light that are surrounding us, that are helping us through that whole thing, and kind of generated this whole idea of the phoenix. You know, from the ashes we rise and we fall and we rise and we fall. Julie Flanders wrote she's a wonderful, I'm doing a healing concert.
Spiritual Entertainment is the organization Barbara and Robert
Oh,
have.
really? Well, I'm a singer. I had the lead in Hair in Amsterdam and all that whole thing way back in the day, as they say now in the day. But the thing is that she wrote "Rise and Fall." We rise and we fall. We rise and we fall, in one of the songs in terms of our evolution.
Yep.
You know, so I will say that if anybody is listening from my point of view and they don't believe what Robert is saying, I can attest to the fact that that is true because I could feel it. I mean, he's in that place of consciousness from those other dimensions.
Well, it's a knowing what he says. It's
Yeah, but
like,
he emulates it, so it's not like he's pretending that he left.
Yeah.
He's like it's in his imagination, and he speeded up his body, and he went. He did, you know, he had to, because you couldn't do that or experience what his energy field is unless he does that, you know, unless he connects in that realm. And I've done enough work that I can attest to the fact that that's what I'm feeling, so that's what's happened.
Well, that's the kind of planet. I envision a planet where everyone is in that presence.
Yes.
I mean, just imagine. That's what you're here for, right?
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is, it's this planet.
It's this planet. It's happening soon.
Yeah.
Well, through the physical, we can actually do that because our souls are coming through the physical. So as long as we can evolve in consciousness, that's why this planet is so amazing in its dark side and in its higher spiritual side. So thank you for coming, Robert. We really appreciate it.
We need you at this time.
We need that tone.
No, the other thing I just want to talk to you about in this show, because they're going back to Australia, is you're connected to this being Simeon.
Yeah.
And does Simeon want to say anything at this moment to the world, or
It's too early.
it's too early? Okay, when you're ready.
Just to let you know that as part of my connection, I most days channel what I call my brother, my twin. And that twin actually connects me to wherever I need to be connected. So if you notice in this world how twins can actually finish one another's statements.
She has twin children.
Yeah. So there is no special process in connecting. It's always connected. So right now when I talk,
It's that
there's
same.
an interconnection there. And as I need to be connected to a different source, he does it. And every morning I get directed on what's happening, what has happened, how things work, and Barbara tapes it and has great joy in saying, I know about it before you. Because I don't remember.
Well, I'm just noticing how much more I feel you've evolved since the first time I've met you.
Thank you.
I mean, you're more grounded in the knowledge you want to give people. There's a security, I mean, you always had it, but now, because we've done a couple of weeks with people and a weekend retreat, it's like, it's more freely emanating from you.
It's a case of the more connection you have on this earth, the greater the acceptance of what you bring. And that happens for everyone.
You need that too, you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need it more than anyone else because I'm a visitor. And I don't have the facilities of the masters that are here. And I honour those masters, and I honour what everybody's putting together, and particularly the sensitive people who have had a hard time demonstrating their sensitivity to the world. They have to be looked after. You can't see without a visionary. You can't see ahead without a visionary. And that's in all sorts of modes. So everything everybody's doing is totally correct. And I just wanted to be able to hold the sign up and say, you are absolutely perfect beings doing a most wonderful job, and we're now starting to feel the results.
Beautiful. When you say the sign, I see you holding a sign that says "This way home."
Or this way home.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been really fun hanging out and being a part of these gatherings, and it's like, I really get you are from someplace else.
No, it's true.
It's like,
It's totally
I'm
true.
really believing, or I'm not knowing it yet, but I'm starting to believe it.
That's really good, because
Why not?
being a visitor is
I know.
fairly strange. And I didn't realise that it meant so much to have everybody connected, and it was been a wonderful time.
Yeah, we've met some great people, right? And you can see the people coming out and
Well,
just
look at how this
open.
came together.
Right.
I wasn't, because if I had been able to go last night, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Right.
But it was like I couldn't go.
And she wanted to meet
I
you.
wanted to so much. I canceled all my clients. I was
great.
all ready, and then my whole energy system just collapsed on me. Clunk. Children, twins, healing, and everything else, reboot camps, and couldn't move. And then that's because I was supposed to be here.
Right.
So all my circuits, it's like I felt like I was getting disassembled. And then you called, and I called you this morning for lunch, but this is what was supposed to happen.
Right. And I think it's
Yeah.
great that we have a continuous dialogue with many people working in the same field.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because it's not just about you. I mean, it's about...
It's about everyone.
And on the retreats, it's like, he's not making him... It's not about him or
Right.
me or anybody. It's about what we're doing collectively.
Yep.
And
And it was great to see a few people get up and
Yeah.
display their wares and take over.
yeah, that was a nice thing. And we'll be doing more retreats together. Because I think the more we come into this collective, the more people get it energetically. So
And the more they will lead. Because each of those people that were there are people that will lead other groups.
yeah.
25 countries.
Yeah, we had 25 countries at this retreat and 50 people. Maybe we'll all do something together.
That would be wonderful. I'd love
Yeah.
to do that. I'd love to do that.
So we'll organize something. Thank you.
Thank
both
you.
for being here. And before you go back, is there what I wanted to also say is the way you're with people and the encouragement that you give people, you sort of tap in and you also amp the energy. As I said, I push them a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
turn it up, Robert.
Right.
Just turn it up. Now, how do you do that? That's the one question I want.
The first thing you do
Yeah.
is never say how.
Okay, right. So you're teaching me that. It's not because,
Yeah,
you just do it.
correct. Know that it's possible,
Yeah.
and then go past that and know that you know.
That's it. I get it. And with healing too.
Yeah,
Totally.
And when you're working with someone, you say, just know that you know.
yeah. And get on and do it.
And there's a part of us that does know that we know.
Yep.
And that when that lines up, it's like, yeah, I'm right there.
And if you have any doubt, just bring another person alongside you, and you'll know.
See, this is where we're moving in a new paradigm. It's not about how or figuring it out. We have the facilities right here to just tap into that space and do it. We just do it.
But it's really true. The more we get together and connect, and Barbara was saying that, we all need to connect, we need to meet each other. It's like a runner. The 25th mile, the marathon, you feel like everything's kind of collapsing sometimes, and then they bring another runner in that gives you the energy that helps you run the last mile.
That's why he's come here from someplace else
Yeah, no, it's
to
really
help us
true.
run the last mile.
It's really true. It's like sharing our energy fields with each other in terms of love and focus, and that helps us keep holding that next level for ourselves. It's interesting. You know how your head goes like this a little bit when you talk?
Yeah.
That's what mine does.
Yeah.
When I'm talking, when I'm doing the internet, and I'm kind of like, it's like a telepathic communication from another place. I was watching that. I was going, oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I'll go,
when he was tuning in before,
Yeah.
it's like you're also sending something.
yeah,
through
right,
that.
exactly.
Because you're sort of altering your reality, and bam,
Yeah.
it's like,
it feels like a little. Sometimes like you go, okay.
I've never watched myself.
Yeah.
watch yourself.
Well, I'm very sensitive to it because I could feel my body going like this, as I'm doing over the internet. It happens, not when I'm speaking like this, because I guess there's a lot of electrical energy that
And you're also
happens.
channeling stuff too yourself when you do your
Oh yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Thank you both. What's your website, Alita? Tell people.
ALETA ST period JAMES.com.
AlitaStJames.com.
.com.
and your program is the Goddess. What's
No,
the
it's energy transformations.
right.
We're in the middle of doing a reboot camp. If anybody's interested in that
Reboot
right now.
means what?
Well, it means to reboot yourself to a higher frequency, and we're dealing with Empowering the Inner Phoenix, and you can join in at this particular point because we just started it on Wednesday. And it goes for 4 weeks. And just go into the website, you'll get the number, speak to my assistant Anna, and you'll be right in there.
Great.
Fantastic.
And Robert Young, of course, Robert and Barbara will be coming back to New York City. Spiritual/entertainment is their website, spiritual-entertainment.com. And I'm going to be organizing more retreats, and it's just a real lot of fun just to all be in this energy together. So Robert Young, spiritual-entertainment.com. I'm Alan Steinfeld for New Realities. Email me at newrealities@earthlink.net and check my website, newrealities.com. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks.
Thank you. This is
Thank
such
you.
an amazing event.
Yes. Well, I just want to get people together to talk, and maybe we could do a whole room full of different healers just sharing that. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Great, wonderful.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. I felt you.
Yeah.
I felt you while we were talking.
What did you feel?
He was transmitting tremendous love. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
You opened your heart. You feel
Love and gratitude.
new worlds. Do you feel new worlds are possible suddenly, or you haven't seen that before? Is it
Yeah, he knows.
something?
He knows.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. What are you feeling, Paul?